Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome. I'm Jasmine Naibi, and I'm so glad you're here. In a world clamoring for attention, the power of listening is often overlooked. We're constantly moving, pulled in many directions, our minds racing. It's easy to miss the deeper connections that truly nourish our spirits, isn't it? That authentic give and take we all crave. That feeling of being truly seen and acknowledged for who we are. We live in an age of constant noise, notifications, opinions, and endless streams of information vying for our focus. Your phone buzzes, the world shouts its demands, and sometimes our own thoughts can be the most deafening of all. This relentless barrage is overwhelming, it truly is. In that chaos, we risk losing the ability to genuinely hear not just words but the heart behind them, the unspoken stories, the subtle emotions longing to be acknowledged by an understanding soul. But amidst this cacophony, the simple act of truly listening can be a revolutionary act. It's a conscious choice, a deliberate turning inward and then outward, a decision to be fully present for another human being. It's about creating that sacred space where another feels seen, profoundly heard, and deeply understood. When we cultivate this skill, it doesn't just improve conversations, it transforms relationships, our worldview, and even ourselves. Let's explore this incredible power together, shall we? Now let's talk about the very foundation of any meaningful connection. That precious cornerstone we call trust. It's something so vital, so essential to the human heart, and yet it can feel so fragile, so easily broken if not nurtured. But I believe, deep in my soul, that trust begins with the simple, yet incredibly profound act of listening. When you truly offer someone your undivided attention, when you make space for their words, their feelings, their experiences without the urge to interrupt or judge, something truly magical begins to unfold. They begin to feel seen, not just glanced at. They begin to feel that what they have to say matters, that matter. And in that precious moment of feeling genuinely acknowledged, a tiny seed of trust is planted. A seed that has the potential to grow into something strong, resilient, and deeply anchoring for your relationship. Think about a time in your own life when you felt truly, deeply heard. Perhaps it was a dear friend who sat with you in your sorrow, not rushing to offer solutions or platitudes but simply holding space, listening to the rhythm of your pain. Or maybe it was a mentor who listened intently to your dreams, your fears, your uncertainties, and in their quiet, attentive listening, you found the courage, the clarity, to take that next brave step. That feeling of being understood, of being validated in your experience is incredibly powerful, isn't it? It's like a warm, comforting embrace for the soul. When people experience that kind of presence with you, when they know that you are a safe harbor for their most vulnerable thoughts and tender feelings, they will naturally begin to lower their defenses. The walls we all build start to come down, brick by brick, and an authentic, heart-to-heart connection can begin to blossom, built firmly on that bedrock of mutual respect and the quiet confidence that comes only from being truly, unequivocally heard. This isn't about passively waiting for your turn to speak, my friends. Please know that. Oh no, it's far deeper, far more intentional than that. It's about consciously creating an atmosphere, a sanctuary, where honesty can flourish, where vulnerability is met with acceptance. When individuals feel that their perspectives are genuinely received and considered with care, even if those perspectives are not always agreed with, they are far more likely to be open, to be transparent, to be their authentic selves. This cultivates an undeniable sense of safety and security within the relationship, whether it's with a life partner, a precious child, a valued colleague, or a cherished friend. This safety is the fertile ground where trust takes root and grows strong, strengthening the bonds between you, making them more resilient to the inevitable storms and challenges that life invariably brings. It's a beautiful, reciprocal dance. You listen, they feel valued, trust blossoms, and the relationship deepens in ways you might never have imagined. It's a gift, truly, a sacred offering. Beyond building that essential trust we just talked about, that sacred ground upon which all healthy relationships stand, true listening is the master key that unlocks the heavy door to genuinely effective communication. So often we think communication is primarily about what we say, the eloquence of our words, the brilliance of the points we make. And yes, of course, that's certainly a part of it. But I've learned over many years through countless conversations that the most powerful and transformative communication often happens not in the flurry of words, but in the quality of the spaces them, in the depth and intentionality of our listening. When we engage in what we call active listening, and we'll delve deeper into what that truly means. We're not just passively hearing sounds or registering words. We are actively, consciously working to understand the full message being sent, encompassing both the spoken words and the rich tapestry of unspoken cues. The tone of voice, the body language, the subtle emotions flickering in their eyes. This conscious, whole-bodied effort can be the critical difference between a conversation that truly connects and uplifts, and one that inadvertently creates distance, misunderstanding, and even pain. Think for a moment about how many misunderstandings, how many little daily frustrations, and even how many significant, relationship-damaging conflicts arise simply because someone wasn't truly, deeply listening. It happens all the time, doesn't it? We jump to conclusions based on our own filters. We interrupt before the other person has fully expressed their thought. We're busy formulating our brilliant response while they are still speaking, our minds racing ahead. We inadvertently hear what we to hear, or perhaps what we to hear, or even what we might hear, rather than what is actually being said from the other person's heart. Active listening, however, calls us to a different way of being. It invites us to pause, to breathe, to quiet our own inner chatter. It encourages us to ask clarifying questions with genuine curiosity, to gently reflect back what we think we've heard to ensure understanding, to make certain that the message sent is indeed the message received. This simple yet profound practice can diffuse so much potential tension before it even has a chance to ignite, preventing those small, initial sparks of misunderstanding from erupting into damaging fires of conflict. It's like being a skilled and patient navigator, carefully charting the course of a conversation towards mutual understanding. And here's another beautiful truth. When we consistently improve our listening skills, we naturally and almost effortlessly improve our ability to express ourselves too. It's a wonderful synergy. Because when you truly take the time to understand where someone else is coming from, their perspective, their feelings, their underlying needs, you're then far better equipped to share your own perspective in a way that can be genuinely received and considered. The conversation shifts from a battle of wills or a debate to be one, and it becomes a collaborative exploration, a quest for mutual understanding and connection, a search for common ground. Effective communication, generously fueled by the grace of active listening, becomes a sturdy bridge connecting two souls, not a barrier pushing them apart. It allows for a richer, more nuanced, more heartfelt exchange of ideas and feelings, leading to creative solutions, to joyful collaboration, and to a much deeper, more satisfying sense of connection with those we care about. It's about co-creating a dialogue, not delivering a monologue, where all voices are honored, valued, and contribute to a greater, more harmonious whole. When we truly open ourselves up, when we make that conscious decision to listen with our whole being, we do so much more than just gather information or skillfully avoid misunderstandings. We begin an incredible journey, a sacred pilgrimage into another person's inner world. It's an invitation, generously extended and humbly accepted, to see things from a completely different vantage point, to feel, even for a fleeting moment, what someone else might be feeling in the depths of their heart. This is the magical space where listening transcends the mechanics of mere communication and blossoms into profound, life-altering understanding and genuine empathy. It's about hearing the intricate story that lies beneath the surface of the words, recognizing the subtle emotions that color their narrative, and sensing the often hidden motivations that drive their actions and choices. It's very much like turning the pages of a book you thought you knew intimately, only to discover entirely new, hidden chapters filled with unexpected richness, profound complexity, and breathtaking beauty you never even imagined existed. Each and every person we encounter in this life, from the briefest acquaintance to our most intimate loved one, carries an entire universe of experiences, beliefs, values, and feelings within them. It's an awe-inspiring thought, isn't it? So often in our busy lives, we only interact with the surface layers, the carefully curated presentation they choose to offer to the world, the mask they wear for protection or acceptance. But when we listen with an open heart and a genuinely curious mind, when we ask gentle, encouraging questions and offer our patient, unwavering presence, we create a safe and sacred space for those deeper, more authentic layers to emerge into the light. We start to grasp not just what they are saying with their words, but why they are saying it, from the depths of their being. We begin to understand the tapestry of hopes, the shadows of fears, the brilliance of dreams, and the tenderness of old wounds that collectively shape their unique perspective on life. This profound insight doesn't mean we always have to agree with them, not at all. but it does mean we can approach them with a far greater sense of compassion, a more nuanced appreciation for their journey, and a deeper respect for their inherent humanity. This incredible journey into deeper understanding through the art of listening is not just a precious gift we give to others, it is, equally, a profound and transformative gift we give to ourselves. It expands our own hearts, allowing more love and compassion to flow through us. It broadens our minds, making us more receptive to new ideas and different ways of seeing the world. It gently but firmly challenges our preconceived notions and our unconscious biases, inviting us to grow beyond the often self-imposed limitations of our own singular experience. As we diligently cultivate the ability to truly hear and understand another's unique journey, we simultaneously cultivate empathy within ourselves. And empathy, my dear friends, is undeniably one of the most powerful, healing, and connecting forces available to us in this world. It allows us to build strong bridges across vast differences, to find our common humanity amidst diversity, and to navigate the beautiful complexities of our relationships with far more grace, wisdom, and love. It truly is a sacred path to becoming a more complete, more compassionate, and more enlightened human being. Now, let's be honest, none of us truly enjoys conflict, do we? It can make us feel uncomfortable, it can be emotionally draining, and sometimes it can be downright painful, leaving scars that take time to heal. But conflict, in its own way, when approached with consciousness, is a natural and sometimes even necessary part of human interaction. We are all wonderfully unique individuals, each with our own distinct set of needs, desires, values, and perspectives, so it's almost inevitable that disagreements will arise from time to time. The crucial question isn't whether we will experience conflict in our lives, because we will, but rather how we will choose to navigate it when it appears. And I want to share with you today with all my heart that listening, deep, intentional, compassionate listening is one of the most powerful, yet often tragically underutilized tools we possess for resolving conflicts peacefully, constructively, and even lovingly. It truly is the master key that can unlock even the most stubborn of deadlocks and misunderstandings. When we find ourselves in the midst of a disagreement, our first, almost primal instinct might be to vigorously defend our position, to passionately argue our case, to marshal all our evidence to prove why we are right, and consequently, why the other person must be wrong. Our ears might metaphorically close off as our mouths prepare for verbal battle, our defenses go up, and our hearts brace for impact. But what if, just imagine, instead of reacting in that way, we chose to listen first? What if we made a conscious, deliberate effort to truly understand the other person's point of view, their feelings, their underlying needs, even if, and perhaps especially if, it's vastly different from our own and challenges our own beliefs? When we genuinely listen to someone's grievances, their frustrations, their pain, their unspoken fears, we are sending an incredibly powerful and healing message. I see you, I hear your pain, and it matters to me. Your perspective has value, even if I don't fully agree with it yet. This simple yet profound act of validation can significantly de-escalate tension and create an opening for real dialogue where none seemed possible just moments before. Please understand, listening deeply in conflict doesn't mean you have to abandon your own needs or silently agree with everything being said. Not at all. It means you are willing for a moment to bravely step into the other person's shoes, to try and see the world through their eyes, to understand the why behind their stance, the emotions fueling their words. It's about embracing that powerful principle: seek first to understand, then to be understood. When all parties involved in a conflict feel truly heard, respected, and acknowledged at a deep level, the intense emotional charge often lessens, like a storm cloud beginning to dissipate. Defensiveness gives way to a newfound openness, a willingness to explore solutions together. It fosters an environment where creative problem-solving can emerge, where mutually agreeable compromises can be found, and where relationships can not only be repaired from the damage of conflict but can actually be strengthened by the shared experience of having navigated a difficult situation with mutual respect and a commitment to understanding. It transforms conflict from a battle to be won or lost into a precious opportunity for profound growth, deeper connection, and lasting peace. There's a truly remarkable, almost paradoxical, yet incredibly potent power that unfolds when we wholeheartedly commit ourselves to mastering the art of listening. You might naturally think that to be influential, To have your unique voice truly heard and your ideas embraced, you need to be the loudest one in the room, the one doing all the talking, the one commanding the stage. But I have found, time and time again, throughout my own journey, and in witnessing countless interactions, that the opposite is often far truer. When you genuinely invest the time, the energy, and the heart space to truly hear another person, to understand their perspective in its fullness, to acknowledge their concerns, to connect with their passions, something absolutely incredible and transformative happens. They, in turn, become far more receptive, more open, and more willing to truly listen to you. It's a beautiful, reciprocal exchange, a graceful dance of mutual respect and shared humanity. Now, this isn't about employing some clever manipulation or a strategic tactic to simply get your own way. Oh no, my friends, it's far more profound, far more sacred than that. It stems from a fundamental, universal human need that resides in each of us, the deep desire to be seen, to be acknowledged, to feel that we matter. When you offer someone the precious gift of your full, undivided attention, you validate their existence, you affirm their thoughts, you honor their feelings. This act of pure presence creates an opening, a softness in the interaction, a genuine willingness to engage on a deeper level. People are naturally, almost magnetically, drawn to those who make them feel understood, valued, and safe. And then, when it's your turn to speak, your words carry significantly more weight and resonance, not because you're forcing them or being overly assertive, but because you've earned the right to be heard by first offering that same profound courtesy and deep respect to others. This solid foundation of mutual understanding is precisely where true influence, the kind that inspires positive change, uplifts spirits, and fosters genuine collaboration, is born and flourishes. Furthermore, the immense power of truly hearing others extends far beyond the realm of individual interactions. It possesses the remarkable capacity to broaden our entire understanding of the world and our place within it. Each person we take the time to listen to brings with them a unique constellation of experiences, a different lens polished by their own journey, through which they view and interpret life. By truly actively taking in these diverse perspectives, by allowing ourselves to be touched and changed by stories different from our own, we courageously challenge our own ingrained assumptions, we gently question our hidden biases, and we allow our personal horizons to expand in ways we might never have anticipated or even thought possible. It's like adding vibrant new colors to your artistic palette, allowing you to paint a richer, more nuanced, and far more vibrant picture of reality. This cultivated openness not only makes us wiser, more empathetic, and more well-rounded individuals, but it also equips us to navigate an increasingly complex and interconnected world with greater insight, compassion, and grace. It's a continuous, lifelong journey of learning and growth, all sparked and sustained by the simple yet profound willingness to open our ears and our hearts to truly hear. As we conclude our precious time together today, I want this thought to settle gently within you, to resonate in your spirit. In a world saturated with noise, where everyone is vying for attention, the simple act of listening can be a profound gift. It's a gift we offer to others, certainly a gift of our presence and our understanding, but it is equally a profound gift we give to ourselves, the gift of deeper connection, greater understanding, a more peaceful heart, and a richer experience of life. It costs nothing but our focused attention, yet its rewards are truly immeasurable, enriching every facet of our lives in countless beautiful ways. Remember its quiet, transformative power. By practicing active listening, by making it a conscious intention in our daily interactions, we can not only become better communicators, more effective leaders, and more supportive friends, but we can also evolve into more compassionate and empathetic human beings. Imagine just for a moment the incredible ripple effect in our families, our workplaces, our communities, and indeed our world, if each of us committed to listening just a little bit more intently, a little more openly, a little more lovingly. The misunderstandings that could be avoided, the conflicts gently resolved, the relationships strengthened and deepened. This practice cultivates a more connected, understanding world, one heartfelt conversation at a time. It truly is a vital skill for a harmonious and fulfilling life for us all. So I invite you, I encourage you, take a moment to truly listen to someone today. Perhaps it's a loved one, a colleague, a neighbor, or even a stranger. Put down your phone, quiet your mind, open your heart, and offer your full, unwavering presence. You might be genuinely surprised by what you hear. The unspoken stories, the hidden gems of wisdom, the vulnerable truths shared. And in that sacred exchange, you might just find that you're heard in return, creating that beautiful, life-affirming cycle of understanding and connection. This is how we build bridges, this is how we heal, this is how we love. Thank you for sharing this time with me. Go out and listen with your whole heart.